book of 1 Samuel chronicles the transition of Israel from a collection of tribes to a unified nation under a monarchy. It tells the story of Samuel, the last judge, and the rise and fall of King Saul. It also introduces us to David, who would eventually become one of Israel's greatest kings. When was it written? Around 930 BC, covering the period from 1100 to 1000 BC. Who wrote it? The author is anonymous, though it's traditionally ascribed to Samuel. Notable people and places. Well, we have Samuel, Hannah, Saul, David, Jonathan, Goliath, and Nathan. And as for places, there's Israel, Ephraim, Shiloh, Ashdod, Gilgal, Bethlehem, Nob, Moab, and Mount Gilboa. Sound bites. For this boy I prayed, and the Lord has given me my petition which I asked of him. So I have also dedicated him to the Lord. As long as he lives, he is dedicated to the Lord, and he worshipped the Lord there. But now your kingdom shall not endure. The Lord has sought out for himself a man after his own heart, and the Lord has appointed him as ruler over his people, because you have not kept what the Lord commanded you. Behold, to obey is better than sacrifice, and to heed than the fat of rams. The Messianic link, Messiah exalted by God with power, he would be a descendant of David. The rock of 2 Samuel 23, typified in the life of King David in exile, typified in the life of Jonathan the faithful friend. The book of Samuel begins with the events leading up to the birth of Samuel, who would later become a righteous judge over Israel. It continues with the people asking Samuel to anoint a king over them, as Samuel's sons were not as wise as he was. It was a rejection of the era of the judges and a yearning to be like the other nations. Samuel is not happy, but God assures him that it is his leadership and not Samuel's that the people are rejecting. Saul is appointed as king and begins well, but is soon at odds with the Lord, who displaces him with David, a mere shepherd boy. The newly anointed David, not yet king, defeats Goliath in battle. He befriends King Saul's son Jonathan, but incurs the jealousy of Saul himself, who is tormented by an evil spirit and pursues David relentlessly. The book of 1 Samuel ends with King Saul defeated by his enemies, Saul summoning the dead Samuel through the offices of the witch of Endor and being informed of his coming death and that of his sons. Notes and quotes. This book is a story of lost opportunities. Saul had everything, and yet he rebelled against God, thinking that he knew better. Consequently, he lost everything, including his life and that of his sons in battle against their enemies. Sometimes it is all too easy to lose patience whilst waiting on the Lord and attempt to do things in our own strength, thinking that we can hurry things along. It is always a mistake to preempt the Lord's plans. Thanks for dropping by. For more Bible summaries, please like and subscribe. Also follow our blog at thebiblebrief.com.